published 10:19 EDT, the 25th of October 2017, updated 11:36 EDT, the 25th of October 2017. You've probably seen the hit martial arts movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but it was more a case of crouching driver, hidden putter, as some of golf's biggest stars had fun in Shanghai. Ahead of this week's HSBC Champions, a wearied-looking Hideki Matsuyama defended the trophy he won here last year while, just like in the film, which is also set in China, world number 1 Dustin Johnson, former Open champion Henrik Stenson and home favorite Haotong Li floated mysteriously above him, looking poised to attack. They were wielding golf clubs rather than the swords favored by the movie stars, however, and it's unlikely this showdown ended up in a fist fight, even though Stenson did look pretty angry as he snarled in one picture. Henrik Stenson, Dustin Johnson and Haotong Li fly above Hideki Matsuyama in a picture reminiscent of a martial arts movie. World number 1 Johnson hits a drive into the night sky in Shanghai ahead of the HSBC Champions event taking place this week. Johnson is the favorite to lift the trophy, which Matsuyama will be defending after his victory last year. The American smashed some of his famous long drives towards the skyscrapers that make up Shanghai's distinctive skyline. Instead, any rivalry will have to be settled at Sheshan International Golf Club, where the year's final World Golf Championship event is taking place this week. The likes of Phil Mickelson, U.S. Open champion Brooks Koepka, Jason Day and Justin Rose are also in the field. But first, Johnson removed his flying harness and took advantage of the stunning backdrop of Shanghai to launch some balls into the night sky in what is probably the most picturesque driving range he'll have used all year. Many eyes will be on world number 5 Jon Rahm this week as he bids to bounce back from a disappointing home debut with a strong performance to boost his chances of winning the race to Dubai. Rahm played his first professional tournament in Spain in last week's Andalusia Valderrama Masters, but missed the cut as compatriot and tournament host Sergio Garcia went on to lift the trophy. That saw Garcia close the gap on race to Dubai leader Tommy Fleetwood to under 800,000 points, with Rahm remaining more than $1 million adrift ahead of this week's WGC HSBC Champions event in Shanghai. But all is not quite as it first appeared, with each of the airborne golfers held in position by ropes and harnesses. Stenson certainly appeared to be enjoying his role as a bad guy as he snarled for the camera and reached for Matsuyama. Johnson got a little too close with his 9-iron for Matsuyama's comfort, but battle will not really commence until on the course. However, a victory at Sheshan International could take Rahm to the top of the money list, depending on Fleetwood's result, and leave the 22-year-old in pole position to become the first Spanish European number 1 since Seve Ballesteros in 1991. I was sad not to make the cut in my home country in my home event, but I come here hopeful, said Rahm, who has finished 3rd, 2nd and 28th in his 3 career World Golf Championship events to date. I feel like every time I miss the cut I become stronger the next week, so hopefully history repeats itself and I play good this week. The game feels good. Last week for me was a special week. A lot was going on, a lot more than I expected, so that's maybe why I didn't perform my best. You never know, but the game feels good. It's a big week, especially with not going to Turkey and South Africa. I've decided to rest. This is my 3rd week in a row in a long year and I may be putting a little pressure on myself because I know I need 2 good weeks to maybe win the race to Dubai. But if I don't win and Tommy wins, he'll be a great, deserving winner. Hopefully I finish as high as I can. It's been a great year so far, so just the fact that I have a chance is a blessing. Spain's Jon Rahm is also in the field for the HSBC Champions and is hoping for a big week in the race to Dubai. Phil Mickelson takes a practice shot in a bunker at Sheshan International Golf Club, where the tournament will take place. Mists swirl over the course in Shanghai, where Tommy Fleetwood will hope to keep his lead in the race to be European number 1. Fleetwood took last week off to spend time with his newborn son and admits his practice was limited, but he was 6th in the Italian Open on his previous start and will have the advantage of contesting all 4 remaining events this season. It's difficult towards the end of the year to try and not look at the order of merit too much, the 26-year-old from Southport said. You can't control what your rivals are doing. You've got so many good players up there, you are kind of expecting them to win one. My goals and mindset are always the same. You want to win the week that you're playing, and this one would be a great one to win. I'll go out there and do my best, and then there's 3 more events after this. Fleetwood will partner Sweden's Alex Noren and Australian Adam Scott in the first 2 rounds, with Rahm alongside defending champion Matsuyama and world number 1 Johnson. England's Tyrrell Hatton is seeking a 3rd straight win following his victories in the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship and Italian Open.